Well, hello. It is February 2025, and you're stuck with just Franz today. Andrew is having power supply issues, so hopefully he works that out. But in the meantime, I am alone and left in charge of all the dials. So here we go. News. We didn't do a point release last week. We usually do one on the first Tuesday of the month. We looked at it, but there were some things that weren't quite done cooking. So punted on that for right now, but expect one again soon. Just some of the code base was a little in the mix, so it felt like we shouldn't rush it. In other news, Jess is going through our case studies, partner case studies, and kind of repurposing them, updating them. So you may get an email from Jess@PortlandLabs.com, and just to have a pass back through, make sure they're still accurate. Maybe some slight edits, but be on the lookout for that. Conversely, if you have built cool stuff with concrete and would like us to add it to the case study section, we would love to hear from you. Always nice to have attractive websites that solve real business problems. Things that kind of target interesting verticals, stuff that you're proud of. We want to hear about it. So reach out to us. You can get us in the forums. You can find Jess online. We do have a partner program. It is free to join. All you got to do is prove that you know how concrete works from an editing experience, and you get a nice badge. And we will often toss work to partners. We hear from people who are like, I need help building websites, and we're often trying to find somebody in their neck of the woods to help. So it's a good thing to join. Moving right into the thank you parts. Concrete's an open source platform. We wouldn't be here without the help of many thousands of people who depend on it, and we're very thankful for that. It's an interesting time to be an open source content management system, but we're just happy that folks are using Concrete, and it's always delightful when they have a little time to give back and help fix issues, or even just document what they are, so we know where to pay more attention. So today I don't have Andy to lean on for handle pronunciation, so you'll all have to forgive me. I would like to thank M. Locati, Hishi, Gutig, Ehukanen, LibGoFast, Thomas Zahner, M. Kreis, Marconi, Donadier, Simon Chilton, Addis Enterprises, I'm going to say KH Design Vergandy, Ashish A&L, M. Jamal 4IT, Morier, KZN-A, N. Rattering, Ounzu, that one's tough. O-U-N-Z-O-W. Ounzu? Sorry. Bitter Dev, J. Garth 186, and of course, John the Fish. So thank you, everybody who has been contributing a little time, giving back to the community. We wouldn't be here without you. And, we appreciate all the energy that you guys can share. I do want to shout out a particular issue. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, there we go. I'll add it to the screen here. Scoo. So, Ehukanen, thank you very much for helping with this. Looks like a tricky situation. You got express entities and caching and things happening at the same time, little kind of race condition problems. These are never delightful to test. It's always kind of like, wait, what? Didn't happen for me. So kudos for finding this and then adding a commit. And there's Andy, nods of respect. What a lovely back and forth. Again, so nice to be part of a bigger whole than just us churning away in the basement. So thank you, everybody who has found a little time to get on GitHub. Post your own issue along with a fix. Post an issue without a fix. Find an issue that's easy to fix and spend just a few moments of your time making Concrete better. we'll shout you out, and you're making the world a better place. Let's see. It's going to be a pretty quick one today without Andy. And we also, there we go. No PRB news this week. Last week we had an uncountable number of extensions to talk about. Felt like I went off and made a cup of coffee while that movie was going. This week we've got a bunch back and forth, but nothing major to talk about. So we're going to punt for this month and come back next month for more news from the PRB. I am seeing in my Behind the Block section that Jess says I'm supposed to talk about Safer Internet Day. Today's Safer Internet Day. That's cool. It's time to make the internet safer. What can I tell you about that? Cultivate a cyber-aware workforce. That's an easy one for folks like us to kind of roll our eyes at, but I'll tell you, I get phishing attempts every day, and some of them look mighty fine. The amount of access that people can get and the amount of work that folks put into spoofing legitimate-looking things, sometimes even coming from real emails. I've seen stuff that comes from like the on Microsoft domain at this point. People will set up accounts on Microsoft and send you very official-looking things. Hard to not click those links. So be thoughtful about when you get emails coming in saying that someone wants to change how their payroll works or that the invoice needs to be sent to a new account. It's always red flags here. You should probably have a documented process for anything that involves money or logging in to kind of critical systems like G Suite or Jira, that kind of stuff that like runs the organization. I will also say that I see here enforce stringent access controls is a call to action for Safer Internet Day. That is a fantastic one, and I'm trying to think if I can just say this across the board. I almost feel comfortable saying 100% of the time, but I'll easily say 90% of the time that we are called in to deal with some type of my website's been hacked situation. It comes down to there is a single FTP account, maybe SSH, that has been passed around a number of hands over a number of years with a password that's never been reset. And now we're wondering why there's a rootkit in some weird directory. I mean, it's possible that things came in through a web tool on the stack. I've never seen something come in through Concrete. But it seems really likely that these stored passwords on multiple computers that are out there, even if it was never a nefarious thing, but just, hey, somebody's got a not particularly secure FTP client that was on a computer that had something else running on it. Just such an obvious gaping attack vector. So don't have FTP accounts if you can get away with it. Use SSH keys. If you're going to use passwords, pick a password program like we use 1Password, where you just automatically generate very difficult to brute force passwords. You can enforce policies. You can see how secure your passwords are across the board. There are ways to solve this. There's no excuse at this point for having your password written on your desk and shooting it via email to somebody. I mean, we've got the first email is the user account, the second email is the password, as if that somehow made things more secure. Just stop it. Just lock your systems down. When we're hosting sites on our DevOps platforms, you can't get to production, period. There's no SSHing in there. There might be a jump server in the cloud that we could get to, but hot fixing code in production is technically more difficult than just using code deploy from our Git repos. And that's pretty common best practice these days, and should be pretty easy to do. It will make your life a lot safer. And yeah, it will add some upfront effort to update your DevOps strategies to not be relying on Leech FTP on your local computer. It's a different way of working. I get it, but boy, compared to the emergency, oh my gosh, let's clean up this web space because there's all sorts of junk that's been in here because everybody and their mom has had access for the last 5 years. It's just the right way to do it. Good to have cyber recovery plans. That's on this list as well. Like, what is your backup strategy? Usually 2 metrics that we're talking about with larger clients there, your recovery point objective and your recovery time objective. So in more complicated SLAs, you'll have to agree to different levels there. One is how far back do we have to grab data, right? Is it last night's backup? Is it Saturday's backup? Is it a rolling backup from 3 minutes ago? The other is how long is this thing going to be down before we can get it back up? Depending on the business case, those numbers are independently interesting in different ways. And of course, won't be the first or the last time you'll hear me say you got to upgrade your stuff. Proactively address vulnerabilities, patch it up is the 4th bullet on Safer Internet Day. And yeah, nobody likes updating their software. I mean, it's entirely possible that Andy's Mac is in the end of an update process that is taking too long. So we all know the immediate pain of, oh, really? I got to hit update. But yeah, that's, the bad guys are constantly thinking and the good guys are constantly thinking. And if you're not going to participate in that at all, then by just hitting update, then you're not really part of the solution. So I will offer that Concrete version 8 has been end of life for a very long time. We keep just kind of politely saying, well, we'll release critical security updates for a bit longer, and we do. And there aren't, huge ones that we have found to date. So, if your site is running on Concrete version 8, you're probably okay today, but it's not a great strategy to be, leaning on software that we haven't really actively been using ourselves for, I'm going to say 4 years, probably. Like, it's time to upgrade. Let's get using version 9 and upgrade the rest of your stack too. All right, that's what I know about a Safer Internet Day. Super fun stuff. Great. We're heading into show and tell. So Jess is driving around through, I'm going to say AGN Energia, which looks like it's a solar or green energy site that used to be built with Drupal and is now built with the best CMS software, Concrete CMS. Excuse me. So, good looking site. Looks like we've got a blog in there. Heavy transport, less emissions, more technologies, all translated through Google. So yeah, pretty cool. So there's going to be a partner directory that we're showing here. I'm learning about it as you are too. Yeah, looks good. And, nice to see organizations like this using Concrete. Concrete is a great choice if you are a mid or large size organization used by Fortune 500 companies, used by the U.S. Army, used by major governments. I think many, many, many years ago, we kind of pioneered in context editing. We were one of the only open source CMSs that you could actually pop a page in edit mode. And somehow people decided that meant that we were a web builder. And I saw this on Reddit the other day. Oh, Concrete's great for a small site. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, I've got an Army site with 1 million pages on it. Like, it is great for a small site. It is certainly great for a large site. The permissions, workflow, having multi-site built in, having multilingual built in, there's all sorts of stuff in Concrete that makes it very appealing for an energy organization. Ooh, look at this. They've got a whole section on governance. Like, that reeks of Concrete. So nice job on building this. I think this is a Blue Dog agency in Milan. So that sounds nice. Love to come visit you guys. Thank you for choosing Concrete. And yeah, good choice. Thanks so much. All right. Well, blistering speed today with just me. Hopefully Andy's computer boots up at some point when we get back to work. Hope everybody's having a good February and enjoying some of that delightful snow. And we will see you in a month. Thanks so much. Bye.